Sorry, my last video got cut off. In fact, my whole computer shut down, crashed. So, fortunately, some of the video got saved. I just need to go back and redo a little bit of it. I was talking about the contrast up here. It looks to me like you've got two fonts going on. Just check that. If they're the same typeface, that's great. If they're different typefaces, then they're too similar. These two sans serif fonts. So just check that and make sure they're not the same typeface, or make sure they are the same typeface. Otherwise, if you want two different typefaces, make sure you have very different typefaces that would contrast each other instead of conflict. Okay, here's the next one. Whoops. Let's see if I can get to it. Here we go. Okay, my first impression is that there's too many things going on, all competing for my attention. So this word here is competing. This black and white, these shape, even the negative space and the black triangle, has about the same visual weight as the title. This box also, same weight, and this box, and then this photo. Since they're all such similar sizes, such similar visual weights, they're all demanding my attention equally. So I'm not sure what to tell you, except that the easiest way to create a hierarchy on the page is to have one thing the most prominent. Okay, it doesn't have to be size, but whatever is the most different, that will get the most attention, and then a secondary thing that has less prominence, less difference, will get the next most attention. Now, so far I haven't really been reading the text, but I was just reading this, and it seems like there's some pretty significant problems. Look, it says 3 devait semnar. You'll want to definitely edit this text. There were, I think, 3 or 4 spelling mistakes in the original text, but it looks like there might be more in this text. So you'll want to go back and just check that. I think taking things out of boxes will free up some white space. Your best white space is right here. It's trapped, and this space here. But otherwise, everything's pretty crowded. See how close these bullets are to the edges, and this text to the edges. And inside of these boxes, text is pretty crowded. So free up some white space. Give me space in between things. There's got to be a way you can do that. Maybe if there wasn't quite so many different things going on, lines and triangles and shadows and boxes and rounded and unrounded corners and stripes, and just simplify this to clarify your message. Okay, here I've got a nice clear hierarchy anyway. I know that whatever's in this big oval is going to be the main idea of this flyer. So I like that. I like that I immediately know it's a graduate leadership conference. This feels a little crowded in here. It might help when you take off the http://www. These little dots here, just to add a little bit of clutter, I think I would simplify what's going on right there. I do like this top part, even though it's center aligned. When you're working with ovals, there's not much you can do about that. Date, time, and place, nicely contrasted so I can find that information easily. This text up here is having a problem. For example, when you have to jump over, conference is available to, and then a big jump over to graduating seniors. Spaces, big jump back over to limited. Because these two lines are closer to each other, some people might read it, conference is available to limited, and then graduating seniors, spaces. So be more gentle with this text. In fact, I'd love to see some contrast up here and spell checking. And maybe it's just me, but it seems like this text should come after somehow. This right now, this is at the top. Wonder if there's a way for this to move up. Uh, Wonder about this oval covering a meaningful part of the image too. So you might just play with the placement there. Okay, no color, don't outline text. Um, this decorative font has such sans serif characteristics, I guess, that it's fighting with this sans serif and this sans serif, and it looks like you've got a bunch of fonts going on. Slabs, sans, decorative. This, it's really small. I'm not sure I can tell what font category it is. Looks a little, what's that, copperplate? Maybe like it's kind of a decorative slash old style, all caps something. Anyway, lots going on here. I think too much going on here. Too many alignments too. This center alignment, don't do that. This is center aligned in its own box. Do something to pull these together. See, this has a line, but it's not connected to anything. Everything, these things are all in boxes. I kind of like this box because it's not crowded inside, and it makes this information so easy to find and still unified with date, time, and place. I wouldn't underline here. Underlining, we used to have to do that when we typed on typewriters, and we do it now when we make hyperlinks on web pages, but other than that, underlining isn't a really good way to emphasize something. Try something else like size or boldness or even white space around it would help to emphasize. This is a nice little touch where the logo's over the shoulder. Okay, I'm going to stop this video and start another one. I'm getting a phone call, so I'll be back with one more video here in just a minute.